say hi and give me their predictions for next year. But before we sign off tonight, I'm going to spotlight everybody just for a moment, and then I'm going to ask you your New Year's predictions. And if I do a thing on Wednesday, I'll let you know. It's very much up in the air. Sorry, I would know more. But why don't we do this before we sign off and then we'll say goodnight? So let me spotlight everybody and ask you what your prediction is for next year. And we'll start with Bill.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so let me spotlight Bill. So, Mr. Wheeler,
Yeah.
what are your predictions for the year
Well,
2021?
a lot of court cases that we are all going to be riveted to the TV watching, and certain people that we all know will probably be being prosecuted, and we will be opening bottles of champagne.
So 2021 is the year of court TV.
Yes, live and real.
So, Mr. Davis, what are your predictions for the year 2021?
We're going to love each other more. And that's
Oh,
all we
Oh,
need to
yeah.
do. Love each other more.
I love that idea. So let me ask you this. Jamie, what are your predictions for the year 2021? And why are your eyebrows purple?
I don't know. I just did that with a Zoom effect. I don't really have any predictions, but I just know we're gonna get back into the Gardenia and so many of our favorite places
Yeah.
very soon.
Those are very
By the
happy.
fall.
Yeah.
No, those are super happy. Thank you, Mr. Sturble. And by the way, say hello to Shona if she's listening. Hi, Shona.
Hi,
Um,
Shauna.
Yoda is not a James Bond type of person.
all right. But what are your predictions for the year 2021?
My predictions are if O.J. Simpson didn't get convicted, the guy in the White House won't. Unfortunately, but we're gonna live beyond this time, and when we tell our grandchildren about this guy and that the country came back uh, to life, to the title on the Statue of Liberty, which is "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be free. Bring them to the shores. Bring me the
The red
homeless tempest
fishes of the
tossed to
green
me.
shores.
Yes, I lift my lamp beside the golden door. That's the America I know, and hopefully the world will move along that direction at least for a while. But I can't change human nature, and there's always going to be gangsters and people who will take advantage of other people, but not in this group.
And that is why we need super spies. Well, thank you, Mr. Sturble. From your mouth to the universe. Bond. Hello, you guys. What are your predictions? Um, what are your predictions, Terry J. Bond and Scott Barton?
Vaccinations. You will get a vaccination.
And you're singing a Bond theme while you do
Yeah.
it.
She is
Yes,
Bond.
everybody, please get vaccinated. Yeah, we will
She's a
all be
golden
vaccinated
girl.
and we will recover. We will recover
Yep.
on many levels: emotional, physical, spiritual, intellectual, and we'll just be on the rebound this next year. That's what I predict.
Yay.
And, I do teach science, I teach physics. I'm predicting that science will once again drive some of our decisions on a national basis.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Hey.
Let's hope.
Well, those are very happy predictions. Go science! I well, law of physics is that for every action there's an opposite and equal reaction. So we should bounce very high, I hope. Well, hello, Karen Spritzler. What are your predictions for the upcoming year 2021?
Well, I think that there's one good thing that's happened, and that is that people are very much more socially aware, that the focal point of our attention has changed to a broader perspective. And that's a good thing.
That's
From just
very
my
good.
little me, there's a us now consciousness that has expanded and occurred. We're in this experience together in a bigger way than it was before with just us as a singular or small unit. And so our consciousness about who we are with respect to everyone else has broadened, and we'll see what happens.
Wonderful, Karen.
I love
I'm
that.
with you.
Wonderful,
I'm with you.
Karen.
Yay! Well, let's find out. So we'll do this. So thank you, Con. Christine, what are your predictions for the upcoming year 2021?
Well, my prediction is that Trip, you're going to have the most fantastic location. You're going to have the biggest show. You're going to have the best people performing because you are an amazing person who has put this little group together, and I'm really so happy to be a part of it. And you do a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your check is in the mail. Thank you. And,
More mail, more mail.
Yeah.
well, let me thank you so much. That's lovely. Wow. Okay. Judy Barrett, what are your predictions for the upcoming year?
I don't really have a lot of predictions. I do think that Zoom is not going to disappear. I think we're going to continue doing this on some level because we have the opportunity to get people from all over the place instead of just local. And I think there are going to be some really awesome reunion parties and a hell of a lot of hugging.
Yeah. Yeah.
From your
Yeah.
mouth.
Can't wait.
I can't either. Okay, so let's go for another prediction. So we will do that. All right, thank you, Judy Barrett. Leslie Thorson, I know the new year will bring many butterflies, but what else will it bring?
Well, this is kind of in keeping with what Karin said, and also, of course, with Larry. But there's a saying in Buddhism that great evil is followed by great good. And I think we've seen enough evil this year that we can count on a lot of good happening in 2021. But of course, it doesn't just happen by itself. We have to make it happen. And I think we're just the kind of people to do that.
Yeah.
So I predict that we are all going to do great, good things and make the world a better place.
Here, here, lady. Here, here.
That sounds like a
Wonderful.
good plan. Well, Janet Blake.
Well, I'm in with Leslie and Karin and Larry. I think about it every day. That when we get beyond this, that it is going to be a more inclusive and a nation of more equality than it's ever been before. But it only can happen is if each one of us takes a responsibility for extending a hand and really helping others out. And I actually don't think we're going to return to normal. I think there will be a cultural renaissance that we can't even imagine at this point. And there are going to be new faces in it. It's not, excuse me, the same old are not going to be there. It's going to, and I look forward, as an older person, I look forward to a new generation of people leading us.
Ah.
Thanks, Janet.
Amen.
Thank you, Janet.
Okay, so let me do that. Let's see who's next here. Hello, Laura Hansen Clark.
Hello.
What are your? I'm sorry. Thank you, Janet Blake, so much. Those are very wise words. So, what are your predictions for the year 2021?
We don't don't know. I'm not a good predictor person, I don't think, but I like Larry's idea of loving one another more and Leslie's idea of greater good happening. And I feel like those are things that I personally can control, loving people and putting good out in the world. So
Oh, well, I think you do that every week.
Yeah.
I try. Everything else I have no control over what other people do. So
No, but what if you did?
if I did, oh wow, I don't know if I can be trusted with such power.
No,
That's
we
very
don't
that's
need
very
power.
wise. Because with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
people can get corrupt
Yes.
too. Like you can start out okay and then, get corrupted by power. Who knows if I could handle
Yeah.
it? I don't
Yeah.
know.
We don't need power.
I don't need power. No.
We don't need power. We
Well,
just need to
thank
be
you, Roy
people.
Hanson Clark.
Amen.
You are keeping us right sized. And so, Pamela C. Hillman, what are your predictions for the year 2021?
Despite my, you know, often cheerful and positive disposition, I'm basically a pretty cynical person. I am.
You are not.
I have been horrified. I never thought we could regress this much for someone like my age who went through the civil rights movement and the women's movement and the gay and lesbian movement and everything else and was marching around. I never dreamed that I'd have to feel like it was four steps forward and two steps back. So I have found it at my age painful because I thought we'd already gotten further. So starting there, I predict we're going to have to be a lot more patient than we are thinking now. We are so relieved to be rid of that monstrous person that we all want to feel great about it. But there's so much damage, there's so much to do, and if we don't get
Yeah.
nothing is going to
A lot to
happen
undo.
in the way and the time that we hope. So I'm predicting that we everything you've said is true, but we have to be patient and we have
Yeah.
to stick with it and we have to keep this feeling through this year and the next year and the next four, and God willing, I'm not a religious person as you know, the next four.
It won't happen overnight,
Nope.
I'm with
but
you.
it will happen.
We're
Well, thank you, Pamela C. Hillman. Uh, Tiffany Bailey.
You're being told on.
Hey, lady.
Oh, hello. Okay.
You're not in trouble, I swear.
Hey.
What are your predictions? I know you like crystal balls.
I do. I think there will be a psychic connection. No, so I predict that 2021 will be better than 2020
Oh, yeah.
for sure. I think that's a guarantee. I think that Mel Brooks is going to come see Trip show. And I think it's going to be a huge freaking success. I think that people are going to be more alive and happy and grateful and kind of more in tune with their inner selves, which will be nice and a change of pace. People won't be so stuck in the rut. And I think that because of technology, because now all generations have had to get more hip with technology, I think it's going to bridge that gap. I think that you're going to have more people working together. It's not going to be so separated. I think that it's going to allow more of us to be together, which I think is really cool because that makes us stronger. And I think that I'll be done with school and have a myriad of people to help.
Nice.
You will, Tiffany. You will.
That's great.
Very happy predictions. Okay, so Janine,
Yes.
Janine Whittaker, what are your predictions for the upcoming? I see you're looking over the earth right now. What's going to
You know,
happen there?
on a positive note, during the last pandemic, women got the vote in the US. So I'm hoping next year we'll get some more social reform. But the thing I'm really interested in, or I don't know if things are gonna go nuts or not, but there's been a lot of economic changes. And I don't just mean like, I mean actual policy changes in the way that the economy is running. And I'm interested to see how that's gonna play out. Because I don't know if you all know what's going on, but there's crazy stuff going on with the economy. So
There is very crazy stuff going on. It's everywhere, all the time, forever. That's been this year. Okay, so let me put this. But thank you so much, Janine. We'll check in. We'll check this video next year and see what happens. Sandra Pillar, what's going to happen next year?
Well, I was told today by Jane Bach, my friend, that who used to be very into astrology, that in February of next year, there's going to be a whopping 7 planets: the
Yes.
Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn, plus an asteroid, Pallas, will all be clustered together in the sign of Aquarius, creating what's known as a stellium in astrology. And it's supposed to mean some good things are happening. So I don't really know much more than that.
So what you're telling us is that we are at the dawning of the age of Aquarius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm an Aquarius.
True. We officially, galactically, we are at the beginning of the age of Aquarius. I want to make sure that I get everybody. I want to make sure.
Melanie.
Melanie, yeah.
There's Melanie. Hi, Melanie.
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 I don't have anything new to add, just more tolerance. And the show in person.
Oh, I don't know where we'll be, but we'll be somewhere. I really
Somewhere, anywhere.
Well, it's fun to think about. Now that we have a vaccine, we can actually start to think maybe it'll be a year. I don't know, but it's fun to think that it will be over.
Yeah.
That's nice. Well, thank you, Melanie. Are those your only predictions? Are you sure? You don't, I
Love you,
don't.
Melanie.
All I got.
Love you.
Well, let me do this then, and we'll do that. And I want to make sure we got everybody's predictions. So Sandra, Loy, Pamela, and Aviva had to leave. I was really interested to hear.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get them. All right. Well, we'll say goodnight then, because those of you who are being polite need to go to bed. So
for 2 days.
uh,
I've been up since Saturday, you guys.